We never meant to be buried here. We were the victims of a tragedy. I dare say an avoidable tragedy. Augie and I were coming up from New York City. It was in July of 1893. We were coming up here to visit our son, who was employed here in Sheffield. It was so beautiful in the Berkshires in the summer, and the air is so clean, especially in contrast to New York City, that we decided to come up here on holiday. We were out hiking one day with our friend Eugene, and we were in for a lark. We were adventuresome and having a devil-may-care time of it in the beautiful days of the summer. And we came upon a pond. It was called Hamlin Pond. And as we went to explore the pond, there was a boat along the shore. Upon further inspection, we noticed that the boat was in terrible disrepair. There were holes in the bottom, holes in the sides. But so undaunted were we because of our carefree attitude and the beautiful day that we decided that we were going to try to repair the boat, because how lovely to take a boat ride on such a day as this. So, in our resourcefulness, we all went off in different directions to find materials to fill the holes. I found matted grass. Eugene went far up the shore and found some rags. And Augie here found moss. So we were using these materials, and we were plugging up the holes, doing, I thought, a very nice job of it. And as we stood there admiring our fine workmanship, along came a local who told us that the boat was unworthy to be used, and in fact unsafe, and we should not be going out. To that I said, nonsense!
Remember, we're from New York. No one knows anything.
So, well, we were about 30 feet offshore when the boat sprung its first leak, and then another, and another, and yet another, and it began to capsize. That's when I remembered that I could not swim. And I was also hindered by the constricted clothing that I was wearing. So the only thing that I could do was scream for help.
Being a strong swimmer myself, I immediately headed to shore, and I was nearly out of the pond, but I kept hearing the screaming. I turned back, I saw them panicking, and I thought, well, I should at least try to help one of them. So I returned to Mary, and I made my way to her, and just as I was arriving, she grabbed my neck right here and started tugging me downward, pulling. Before I knew it, I was underwater. I had a mouthful of water. I fought my way out of her grasp, but as I was trying to swim back to the surface, it was over.
Our bodies disappeared. Our existence was our hats
Floating on the surface.
on the surface of the water. Oh. Augie?
But I think that would be the end of the story. But it really isn't. It goes on. Well, Mr. Peltier was trying to save my wife's life. I became, on my death throes, maybe a little jealous. Because here was my wife wrapping her arms around another man. And in my death throes, I thought, I don't want them to find my wife's body in the arms of another man.
The scandal.
So the scandal of it all, especially in 1890. So I grabbed her by the waist, and all three of us went down. Again, you would think that was the end of the story, but no. We have three bodies in this pond. One side of the pond is Egremont. The other side of the pond is Sheffield. So what do you think? Egremont got up and said, if you find the bodies on the Sheffield side, I don't want Egremont paying for them. In turn, Sheffield turned around and said, well, if you find them on the Egremont side, we don't want to pay for them either. So we had this big fight among the selectmen.
$15. All for $15.
$5 a body. That was the going price. $15 for extraction. In the end, After long negotiation, they decided to split it. $7.50 Egremont, $7.50. But do you think in those days someone would want to go out on a boat with grapple hooks and find 3 bodies? No. So what they did was they waited for us to putrefy and float to the surface. Now remember, it's not only our own weight, but we were also in the heavy woolen clothes of the day, so it was the weight of our body plus the weight of our clothes. So it took a little while for us to get to the surface.
Our condition was not good. And I'm sure that there was an expeditious burial. We were brought to this cemetery. We were put in rough-hewn pine boxes and buried in a single grave, no stone.
He's not even related to us. He's a friend, but not related.
This is just the height. No sympathy for us whatsoever. So, in parting, I would like you to, if you could possibly get in touch with your select persons in Sheffield and Egremont and bring this to their attention that we really have been misjudged for so many years, and we would like to have rectification. Thank you very much.
Sounds like New England today. This was my town, stay away.
Boy, it started early, didn't it?
Well, what about your son now?
Well, he inherited,
He
so
inherited.
he did okay.
He came into an unexpected windfall. We didn't have a lot of information on him.
But is he here also, your son?
No.
Oh.
No.
No,
this
we
is-
don't even know who we are. They buried us together in 3 graves. If they
One
gave
grave.
us a tombstone, it was probably made out of wood, which is gone. So we're somewhere here, but we don't know exactly where.
Anybody who has a clue, let us know.
Oh, isn't that, yeah. What an interesting story.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
it is a tragedy, though.
It is a tragedy.
Yeah.
And there wasn't very much sympathy.
No, that's...
Well, that's because we were stupid.
And
Well,
we
New
were-
Yorkers.
We were New Yorkers. Yeah,
No, I
arrogant.
mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you don't even know here where you are.
No,
No, we don't.
no. We guessed because we found this blank stone that had nothing on it, so that's why we checked that here. But
Yeah,
we could be buried anywhere.
What a story, though. It's a mystery.
yeah,
Mystery.
it is. Thank you again.
Yeah.
That was great.
Very nice.
Nicely done.